Hi, welcome to the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. Here, right outside Joint Base Andrews, we have mobilized 1,000 veterans of foreign wars to attend a rally to take place in Washington, D.C. on June 6th. We need 5 million people to be there in order to oppose Donald Trump. This will be the greatest opposition to a fascist government, a dictator, or a king since the American Revolution was fought 250 years ago. We really need more people to attend. If you can't, please send people who can, or organize buses, planes, trains, or cars. However you can get there. This is the greatest threat to our democracy since fascism in 1930 in Madison Square Garden. So what we need to do is preserve this democracy. Now, 30% of the population still is drinking the Kool-Aid. But that shouldn't stop the other 70% from protesting against an oppressive government. Every day in America, people that look like me are being disappeared on the streets. Our tattoos are being looked at. We're not allowed to produce driver's licenses or birth certificates in some cases. Maryland, D.C., and Virginia is under a direct threat because there is a great minority of the population who are multiracial, look Latino, are black from undesirable countries under this administration, and people who advocate for people like me. If you want to save our lives and help Democrats and anyone who is a freedom-loving American, help us stay in this country, who have weathered the civil rights movement, Native American displacement, Manifest Destiny, Jim Crow laws, and anything like that. You need to stand up right now because our lives are in danger and we're willing to fight for them. The question is, are you willing to fight for yours? Don't depend on us every day as average citizens to, after 400 or 500 years of oppression, to turn out. Some of us are doing the best we can, but the rest of you haven't done the best you could since the inception of this nation. So if you are white privileged, and most of you are, and have benefited through the museums, the monuments, and everything else, all of those things you think make Washington, D.C. great, the nation's capital, were built by slaves and Native Americans. All of that labor built the White House. All of that labor built the Washington Monument. So instead of asking us once again to do for you and the country that is now in peril in 2025, something you stole from Native Americans and enslaved black people to make. Be careful with your words. We're going to take care of our business. You need to take care of yours. These are your people. This is your catastrophe. This is your ignorance. This is your complacency, not ours. We have served since the American Revolution this country to the hilt, to include the code talkers, Ira Hayes, black people in World War II who came back here and were not treated like citizens. We have always loved a country that didn't love us back. So all you white people on YouTube talking about how black people aren't out there doing this and that, I don't agree with black people saying they need to stay home. But I don't agree with you dictating to us what we need to do. At any rate, despite you, some of us are out here organizing. Some of us are out here getting 5 million people to Washington, D.C. on June 6th. Maybe instead of criticizing everybody else, you need to do the same. Because it is your fault that this is the situation we are in. Because you didn't get out and do the work. We always get out and do the work. So do me a huge solid and stop with that. Now for the white people out here getting to doing the work, we appreciate it. We really do. But we don't need your criticism right now as people of color. What we need you to do is take Maryland as your example of how to act. We don't need to go in 50 different directions as people of color in America. We don't need to worry about Gaza right now and Russia and all this other stuff, because at any given moment I can walk out of my front door and be snatched up. Because that's what they want you to pay attention to. In America, you have never defended us fully. You have never advocated us ever. Including Nancy Pelosi, who did that phony thing about John Lewis dying and we had our marching orders. As soon as he was dead, all that was out the window. White America has never fully stood up for people of color. So don't you dare require that we stand up for you. For the rest of you, this is the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. I think I'm over and out right now.